This week on Cosmo Times,
we've got plenty of fashion.
Yep, creative and high-end fashion.
From designers to galas.
It is time to get dressed up for our Cosmo cities.
Welcome to Cosmo Times. Today it's all about fashion.
Perfect. So what do you think about my outfit today?
I mean, you look awesome, but what, like you're some kind of expert on style now? Is that?
Duh, I'm a female, so you think you're an expert on fashion?
Obviously, I mean, I'm a DJ and a TV presenter, and really, honestly, like, I look amazing.
All right, pretty high on yourself. Then, what kind of fashion would you like to bring back, Mr. Fashion Icon?
Well, obviously, tie-dye shorts. I mean,
do you even own one?
Several pairs, actually.
All right. Well, the only reason I'm asking is because this is the question for this week's Word on the Street.
Don't steal my ideas. Don't do that.
Runways at Fashion Week or on the city streets. Fashion is everywhere here in the Big Apple. But what looks would people want to bring back or create themselves? I'm hitting the streets to find out.
Trench coats and dresses.
And why?
Because they're just beautiful. Like you put on a little dress and a little trench coat and you're good to go.
I think bell bottoms are back in 70s style clothing, and I loved that. I was a huge Cher was my idol, so I'd be all about doing that again.
No, I thought maybe top hats.
And why top hats?
I don't know, they seem kind of classy.
Okay, any particular color, style?
Just regular black style, I guess.
Flapper gear?
Yeah, maybe like a flapper dress.
And why a flapper dress?
Because it's like really fun. It has heaps of movement in it, and it's like a party dress. Probably the 90s.
That actually goes back in style. Why the 90s?
Yeah, just because I was born in the 90s.
What kind of fashion did they have then?
Oh, just, you know, a bit of double denim. I don't know.
I'd like to see the arts and crafts, very handmade look of the 70s, late 60s.
Dig it. And why?
Because I'm a fiber artist.
What would you create?
Well, I make sweaters. So anything crocheted, anything knit, patchwork is always cool.
When it comes to fashions, New Yorkers are all about a blast from the past. They would go with things from the 70s like bell bottoms and extra flowy things, very comfortable. Now as for me, I would totally do the 50s look. I love how trim and proper they looked, and also it's a classic style. Reporting from New York, I'm Christy Clemens.
Hello from Melbourne. Now this is a city that sees itself as a pretty fashionable place with trends coming and going every season, just like any other big city. But what fashion trends do people here want to see start to make a return?
I'd love to see flares and platform shoes.
Do you have any, perhaps, flares lying at the bottom of your wardrobe or screaming to come out?
Perhaps not traditional flares, but yeah, some good coloured pants. So yeah.
Definitely the 90s. They suit a lot of people these days, and they're still getting the skin-tight jeans and stuff like that. And yeah, I like their tops as well. Like they're really flowy. They're not too tight and they're not too showy as well. So yeah, I reckon that.
Oh, the 70s. Yeah, the bell bottoms. Definitely the bell bottoms. Oh yes, why not?
I'd like to see back, 60s sort of style. I like that. I think it slowly might be coming back, but it would be nice to see.
Teddy boys, that's the drain pipes, like what you've got on. That's the teddy boy era.
Dress nicely. Get rid of really daggy looking clothes.
a few more cool patterns, like in the flares and in the trousers.
I sort of don't really have any preferences sort of on clothing, yeah. I mean, I guess guys think a bit differently to girls.
Yes, more structured suits. Just dressed to the occasion, rather. I'd like people to go back to wearing more structured clothes to offices. And yes, we have our casual clothes for casual times.
I don't know, I quite like sort of those 60s sort of mini dresses, that kind of vibe.
I feel like it'd be refreshing to see no trends and everyone is wearing what they need to wear, but not because that's a trend either, you know?
So a few people here in Melbourne wanting to see a return to the fashions of the 60s of flares and short skirts, while others want to see a bit more colour and patterns in the clothes they wear. I'm Andrew Moon, now it's back to Shanghai.
Fashion has always been a cycle of trends going back and forth, east or west. So our question for this week Word on the Street is, what fashion trend would you like to start or see it come back? Let's go find out.
以前的尖头皮鞋嘛，前2年是非常受广大的年轻女性青睐的。但是目前这几年的话，就是更加偏向于可爱型的一种豆豆鞋。我是想让这个尖头皮鞋能够再重新时尚起来的话，就是说，我觉得第一，它的一个形状是修长型的，无论是一些脚比较宽的，还是脚比较瘦长的一些女性穿起来，都会让你看起来你的脚比较瘦，然后显得人比较高挑，能够让人感觉是比较干练的，比较符合一种职场的气息。
刚读大学的时候大概是08年，因为我记得那个时候，运动的服装啊是很时尚的、很流行的。最近几年大家开始哈日，这种韩风的东西很流行。但是我个人比较喜欢运动嘛，所以我希望这种运动品牌的衣服啊、鞋子啊能够重新流行起来。
大概80年代以港星的潮流再重新流行起来，比如说他们的百褶裙颜色都很艳丽，基本上都是带领子的泡泡袖的，然后戴了一个很大的海滩的沙滩帽，画的装束都比较艳丽，比如说红唇啊、长长的柳叶眉啊这种。
我觉得朋克风还蛮好的因为平时穿嘛还蛮休闲的，然后加上有铆钉嘛，有金属质感，会显得比较硬气。
想让那个环球整个里面那种皮鞋流行起来，因为呢，它跟高跟鞋有一个不一样的地方，就是它的跟是在中间的，高跟鞋是根部是在后面的。这样的鞋子比高跟鞋更加的婀娜多姿，更加漂亮，所以我希望它可以流行起来。
最近在搞一个活动，我们就是有一个毕业晚会嘛，所以我们就是有一个主题叫做汉服，就是希望大家鼓励大家穿汉服。所以我觉得，如果说我们的汉服也能重新流行起来，把我们中国的文化再传播出去，就是一个对传统的一个保留吧。
Well, it looks like everyone has their own different tastes. As for me, when it comes to fashion, there's actually no right or wrong. Just be yourself and rock it. This is Christine for Shanghai Word on the Street.
So people on the street had a lot of love for 70s fashion, but I didn't hear much about tie-dye shorts.
It's alright, more tie-dye love for me. I got the 2016 collection rolling out soon. Keep an eye out, it's gonna be hot.
Alright, you know what? I think you should check out our city searches after the break before you make such a big move.
No need, it's gonna be gold. And yo, I know you, don't steal my ideas.
Oh, don't worry, it's all yours. It's all yours. All yours.
Don't go away because there's more Cosmo Times to come.
We explore the fashion world around our cosmopolitan cities.
In this week's City Searches.
Right after the break.
Cosmo Time. Cosmo Time.
Welcome back to the show.
Now it's time for our trusty city searches, and first up is New York.
Oh, this is going to be a big one, so you know, it's all about the annual Met Gala.
Yeah, I heard this year's going to be some connections with Chinese culture as well.
Yeah, I wonder how they do it. You know, Western celebrities with Chinese-inspired red carpet fashion.
I can tell you one thing, there's definitely not going to be enough tie-dye at that.
Oh, is that a good or a bad thing for your business plan?
I'd say a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B on that one.
If you've got a passion for fashion, then you're not going to want to miss tonight's event. We're here at the Met Gala. Let's go check it out.
This is Jay Mendel.
Michael Kors.
Elsa Schiaparelli.
有没有的？
好朋友的设计师 Christopher Blue。
这件衣服是 Oscar de la Renta 那个新的 designer 叫 Peter Copin 穿的。
Designers, celebrities, models, and art lovers painted the town red on the red carpet at this year's Met Gala. Organized by Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour, the annual fundraising gala benefits the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute in New York City and the grand opening of the annual fashion exhibit at the Costume Institute. This year's theme is China through the looking glass, and guests were invited to give their ensemble some Chinese flair.
I love the yin and yang, the mix of things that have a real luxury and an opulence, but at the same time a simplicity. I think most of my fashions always have that mix.
它是中国旗袍的一个变形，然后从领部到大身都是中国式裁法。
Take on a qipao, you know what I mean? And we did kind of a masculine take. We took it into a tunic with trousers and a tuxedo jacket, and she's also wearing a one-of-a-kind Harry Winston qipao choker.
Fashion's biggest night had the guest list to match. Rihanna shined bright like a canary diamond in a yellow cape gown by Chinese designer Guo Pei. Kerry Washington looked pretty in pink in a floor-length Prada gown, and Sarah Jessica Parker turned heads in a Philip Tracy custom headdress and jewelry pieces by Sydney Chow. Stars tell us how they chose the winning outfit for this special night.
黄色其实在红色的红毯上走也比较明艳嘛，而且 Ralph Lauren 先生觉得代表中国的颜色就是黄颜色。
Haven't worn red really on the red carpet much, and I just wanted to accessorize with some gold jewelry and have fun with the little lantern bag that I have.
I thought it was the most comfortable, and I thought I wanted to be classic tonight.
我穿的是 Michael Kors 的衣服，然后戴的珠宝是麒麟，所以就是有中国设计师的元素，当然也有这种很西方的这种服饰。
参加过很多电影的、音乐的，但是服装的应该是最大的，还是第一次来，我觉得大家都很有型哦。
As for the men of the hour, Adrian Brody added some masculine sparkle to the night with his Dolce & Gabbana Alla Sartoria blazer. Neil Patrick Harris donned an elegant black tux with shimmery tie, while Justin Bieber paid tribute to the night's theme with a gold dragon embellished Balmain blazer. Even for the guys, picking out what to wear isn't as easy as it looks.
You ever seen Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan? I had that outfit on. It's China through the looking glass, and I was told it was a bad idea. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. My wife said bad idea, and I was like, okay.
Even after the Met Gala is over, fashion will still make an impact at the museum. China Through the Looking Glass explores how Chinese aesthetics have influenced Western fashion across centuries. Over 100 avant-garde ready-to-wear and haute couture pieces will be on display, along with Chinese paintings, porcelain, and other art. The exhibition also features film representations of China to show the role cinema played in understanding China's history. Just like a jaw-dropping designer collection, an exhibit is best when it tells a complete story.
因为这一次的展览是跟我们的中国有关系的，所以是应该做这个事情的。
这个展览比我想象的更好，特别感动。我觉得是第一次在历史以来有这么好的展览。
Whether you're looking to celebrities, museum exhibits, or blogs for fashion inspiration, one thing rings true. Collaboration is always in style.
中国的演员、模特，包括时装界的这些设计师们，他们的参与，我觉得对于我们来说是一个国强民强的事情。
I told all my friends, I said, oh, you know, you envy me? I came here to see all the Chinese beauties here. I said, I wish I could be you.
给世界有更多的机会去了解一些中国文化吧。
我就最能体现中国元素了，我的脸就是中国元素。
I think this time is a really great chance when the West meets the East, you know, and I hope that when the culture collabs, you know, that we can form a new culture.
From the red carpet to the red envelope, fashion inspires people all around the world. Admire it, wear it, buy it, and love it, because personal style is always in. And who knows, maybe you'll see me here next year too. Reporting from New York, I'm Christy Clemens.
Well, the Met Gala really took Chinese fashion to another level, especially Rihanna.
Sure, now heading to LA, let's check out a designer stationed in Malibu.
Hey, wait. We're going to sunny California and the Golden Beaches to meet a local designer?
Yeah.
So, wouldn't tie-dye shorts be better suited to make a comeback there?
No, Menzi. Absolutely not. This is where tie-dye is meant to happen, here in Shanghai. The tie-dye possibilities are endless.
Do you want to see how the menswear fashion is influenced by a West Coast lifestyle? Today, we drive all the way to the beach area and look for a fashion brand which is based and originated here in Southern California. Now, it's high time to meet the designer. James Campbell's own story is the DNA for the brand. James started in the fashion business over 25 years ago. He learned what the male customer wanted and needed, and has used that knowledge in creating his own signature brand 9 years ago.
When I went to college, I went to Loyola Marymount University, and I was in a fraternity. My parents were divorced, so besides working at Bullock's to make money, I also had to make more money because I like to go out and hang out, and you know how that is. And so I used to do artwork, screen the t-shirts, and then I'd sell them for my fraternity. So I had this whole little side business and going until the fraternity found out I was making a significant amount of money and shut me down. So that's kind of how I started. This is my sort of secret weapon, is I would go into the stores and I would sell the shirts. So not only, I've always had this ability to sort of create something, you know, it's like I was talking about the t-shirt thing, where I can visualize something of what I want, and then I can figure out how to get it to market, and then I like to sell it. My fall collection, which is fall 2015, I called the Sons of Seal Beach. So what I was watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy. I like the whole look of those guys and the cool flannel shirts, but let's refine it. Let's throw it into a beach club vibe with like beach cruisers and like not so grizzly beards, and you know, and develop all these flannel shirts in the colors of the sunset of when you're hanging out in Seal Beach.
The James Campbell collection exemplifies the West Coast lifestyle, designed with the best fabrics, emphasis on quality, and is made for the man with an active style that fits both stylish and comfortable.
This is sort of a representation of that particular color palette, and you know, one of my strongest bodies that I developed when I first launched the line. You'll notice that it has cuff sleeve, cuff pocket. The one thing that I do is I play around with a lot of textured fabrics. Everything has 3D effects, so everything has movement. My whole thing is very influenced by Santa Monica, where, you know, the pavement and the different gradations of blacks to grays meets the ocean and the different variants of blue, so hence West Coast Americana. Each one we start, we find the fabrication, we model it up, we put the buttons on it, the color of the stitching, you know, all the different accoutrements that make it. And to get this, we'll sift through, you know, I'll sift through 1 million fabrications. This is a new collection of florals that Larry had worked on and colored up. So this is all original artwork, all original that we've done. People don't need any more stuff. Everybody's got a ton of stuff. It's like how you put more life into what it is and a connection to what it is, and like a legit story. It's not, you know, this made-up name and a guy in an ivory tower and a bunch of money's been financed this thing and they never make any money. My goal was to become the best shirt maker in America. Someday the world.
Like a lot of designs are inspired by real life, jumpsuits in the West Coast became the inspiration for this brand, and to this day has created a collection which is accessible not only in price, but in style as well. I'm Shari, reporting from Los Angeles.
If you don't want the glitzy fashion to stop,
then don't change that dial.
Because after the break, we hit the catwalk.
In this week's Shanghai City Search.
Cosmo time.
Welcome back.
So, are you ready for our Shanghai city search?
I am, as long as it doesn't block me from making some cash.
Well, it's all about Fashion Week in our metropolis, so anything is possible except tie-dye.
Ow. Let's roll this vid, because me and my very empty wallet are very curious.
Is that all you care about? Money?
I mean, it's not all I care about, but it would be nice to have some. It's kind of hard to be a fashion icon when you're broke.
Oh.
The latest round of international fashion weeks has come to an end. Now we turn to Shanghai, where the 2016 Fall-Winter Fashion Week is in full effect, bringing 50 shows from designers and labels from across China, Shanghai, and overseas.
There's always a good platform to be showing in Shanghai Fashion Week.
觉得上海和伦敦根本就没有差距。
安保比之前更严了，这是对我最直观的一个感受。
我觉得很 open 的，然后包括有一些国外的牌子走进来，然后我觉得是一个很好的大家交流的机会吧。
We invited fashion insider Colin McDowell.
I've also been very impressed with how well it's all organized.
A buyer for H. Lorenzo.
I'm really impressed how fast it goes.
To take us through some of the highlights. It's been 12 years since Shanghai Fashion Week first began back in 2002. This year it's gone through a crucial transition from a pure platform for releasing collections to a more diverse platform playing a more important role in the industry in general. The first Mode Shanghai Fashion and Clothing Exhibition was also held, with 9 showrooms and more than 200 fashion designers and brands attending the event.
I think this is terrific. Bags of space, lots of room for people to wander around and look at things, and very impressive. Anyhow, I think it's a great place for exactly this sort of show. You know, and that's because it's still quite small. And that's good, because if I go to Paris or Milan or London, then it's so crowded all the time. It's really very irritating after a while, but here it's a very pleasant experience.
Shanghai Fashion Week has always been a good platform for big-name brands to spread their influence to the Chinese market. On the other hand, inviting well-known fashion designers can help Shanghai Fashion Week attract more industry attention. Big-name brands including Vivienne Westwood and Vera Wang have all brought their collections to the event. On the other hand, Shanghai Fashion Week always aims at supporting local independent designers.
I think the styling is okay, but I think they have to work a little bit more on the workmanship, I think, and the quality, and a bit on the fabric, I think. So, but the style, they have them. I think they're super modern. I think it's good. I mean, they're getting there. The last thing is to approve still. I mean, quality and all that. But I think in the general idea, I think they start to understand where they're going to, I think.
That last year had a very high standard, and I think there's a high standard this year. I'd like to see more young designers showing, certainly, because that costs money and maybe they're not ready. I'd like to know why your art colleges don't have stands or don't put on a show. You know, in London, Central St Martin's always puts on its MA course show as part of London Fashion Week. I don't know why that doesn't happen here.
我这是第3次来上海时装周，就觉得每一次大家其实都越来越专业，而且可以看到一些新的品牌，然后慢慢看到独立的设计师在办秀。我觉得国内这样支持独立的设计师的时装周其实是一件特别好的事情。
Compared to Paris, London, Milan, and New York, Shanghai Fashion Week is still quite young, but it already has its signature.
因为正好是这个应该是上海市政府主办的这个东西，所以说每一季的话，它会有大量的媒体的报道跟宣传，包括前期跟后期也建立很多买手店，会有越来越多的声音发出来，也会有越来越多的媒体去关注它，这个就是一个很好的一个平台。那在以往的话，会就是没有那么好的机会给到我们吧。
Well, you've got to decide what fashion is about here and what creativity is about in this part of the world. Not just China, the other places as well. I think you have to start doing what you believe in. No point at all in copying what happened in Paris last season. It's already been copied very quickly, you know. You're big enough and important enough to make your own statement.
If the designer will really work on the long-term quality, I think that's what really Chinese designer needs, I think, is not to think about now, you know, just to do it. They have to really do so those pieces will stay for a long time, and the quality and the workmanship, I think, should be a bit deeper than what it is right now.
Shanghai Fashion Week has always been seen as a birthplace for many local independent designers. We head back to the runway for a look at some of the most outstanding collections from the new generation of Shanghai fashion.
Don't change that channel,
because there's more Cosmo times to come.
as we check out what's been happening in the entertainment scene in this week's Creative Source.
Don't go away.
Cosmo time. Cosmo time.
Wow, fashion is pretty inspirational stuff.
You know what else is inspirational, Mency? Creative Source.
Oh yeah, it must be the time.
You know, if they really want to talk creative, they should come and talk to me. I have awesome ideas. Take, for example, tie-dye.
Previously, we took a look at some of the highlights from Shanghai Fashion Week. Today, we head back to the runway for a look at Shanghai's rising independent designers, breathing new style into the city's fashion scene. With Shanghai Fashion Week wrapped up, we saw 50 new collections take the runway, with almost half coming from new independent designers. They brought a fresh new take on style with a variety of looks, strong on personality. Hebike showed off her new collection based on the art of folding. It brought back a childhood feel with origami cranes presented in various ways throughout her looks.
这一季主要的灵感来源来自于折纸。我本身小时候就特别喜欢折千纸鹤，那我觉得千纸鹤也是顺其自然的东西。那我这一季的主题在折纸的折上面多加了一个口字，就是哲理的哲。希望大家能够在生活当中都能够找到自己的生活态度。
Her models showed us a distinct image, feminine, strong, and independent.
独立设计师一定首先独立精神要有，所以就是自己要有自己的想法。整个系列的颜色啊，包括 piece 呀，都是很干净的，所以干净也是对人的一种本质的我的这种理解吧。我觉得就是更多的人越来越在乎品牌后面谁在做，是一个什么样的故事，他是为什么要做这个东西。 就是更注重这个衣服的故事是什么。
希望是那些比较独立的女性，然后她又很自信，品味又很好的女生应该会穿我的衣服。
Graduating from Central St. Martin's College of Design, CJ Yao established her own studio a year after graduating. Presenting collections at London Fashion Week, she returned to the runway in Shanghai for her second time with her new collection. Color blocks, deconstruction, mixing and matching fabrics, or sometimes even a playful use of wood and metal. CJ Yao's designs are the complete opposite of boring.
我有的时候会用一些木头放在衣服里面作为一个点缀。如果光是木头，我觉得还是不够，因为它是比较传统的元素，所以我经常会用一些金属，然后去综合它整个感受，古朴和现代结合在一起，才会比较舒服一点。
Now we turn to the wonderland Li Wenjun created for her new collection. Inspired by merry-go-rounds, it was a fairy tale look at fashion. Neon color petal-like skirts, a small merry-go-round on the side, or the huge head of the merry-go-round in the front. It seemed like fun was everywhere. For a more mature look, we go from the wonderland to the cool and sleek looks of Zhang Yuhao and his collection of the fallen aristocrat. Black and white return with simple looks and versatility at the core. There were also a few theatric attempts, much like designer Zhang Feng, who sang on the runway while the models walked.
I'd like to see more young designers showing, certainly, but of course that costs money and maybe they're not ready.
I think they're good. I think, I mean, they're getting there. There's a lot of things to approve still. I mean, quality and all that. But I think in the general idea, I think they start to understand where they're going to, I think. So.
I think there's a great difference between those who are still quite young and early in their careers and someone like Uma, who is now a very accomplished designer with an international name known in Paris, shows in Paris and all the rest of it. And that's where other people have got to try to get, you know, that recognition. Because in the West, we're longing to see really good designers coming from the East.
While Shanghai Fashion Week continues to find its footing, it's been featuring more of our own designers from here in Shanghai. Now with more independent styles on the rise, we're finally beginning to stop comparing our styles to our international counterparts and instead define what Shanghai fashion is all about.
All right, everybody, stand down.
The Avengers are finally back. As the most anticipated film of the month, The Avengers: The Age of Ultron hit cinemas on May 12th.
With your mind.
It's a sequel to the 2012's Avenger film and the 11th installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It features an ensemble cast including Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, and Scarlett Johansson.
I tried to create a suit of armor around the world, but I created something terrible. Ultron in the flesh.
In the latest edition, the Avengers must work together to defeat Ultron, a mechanical artificial intelligence bent on human extinction. It's already grossed $870 million worldwide, becoming the highest grossing film of 2015, behind Furious 7.
Hello to all the Marvel movie fans in China. I'm Mark Ruffalo, your very own Incredible Hulk. Also, I'm super thrilled to know how much you guys love the big green guy, as well as my fellow Avengers. And now we're teaming up again to save the world, and we hope you'll come see us in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Hulk smashing in the cinemas on May 12th. Be there.
You programmed him to protect the human race. You amazingly failed.
They don't need to be protected.
So if you're a fan of the Avengers, you definitely want to check it out.
Going to evolve. There's only one path to peace. Your extinction.
That's it for today's episode.
I hope you all got a bit more fashion forward after today.
I mean, even me as like a pretty awesome fashion icon, you know, I learned a thing or two today.
Wow, we must have done something right for you to say that so.
Well, I do call it as I see it. I mean, I just hope our next episode is about how to recruit investors, because I could really use support for my awesome tie-dye business.
Okay, good luck. You know what? I'm your first investor.
Thank you, Mency. Thanks. Hi, guys.
See you next week.
What do I? Sorry.
Don't steal my ideas. Welcome back to the show.
Now it's fast. Yeah.
Welcome back to the show.
Now it's time for stuff. No. So can I just do it like? Yeah, do it. That wraps up today's episode.
What's my line?
Yeah, I forgot mine too. Oh, some tie-dye business.
Oh, good luck on that.
Could I have $1 for my
You're gonna
business?
say thank you, then I'll give you $1.
I'll say thank you when you give me the $1. So I can be like, thank you.